My name's Aliya, and I'm a sophomore in the Emerging Media Arts program. So I was touring colleges in November of my senior year of high school, and I looked at UNL because I'd always liked their photography program, and I grew up in the Midwest, so it was kind of always on my radar. And they were introducing and talking about a new upcoming program that was going to start, and it was the first time that I felt when visiting colleges that I wouldn't be settling for anything. Like it had everything that I was looking for, kind of in one major versus graphic design or a lot of programs at other schools were kind of like, I mean, it's cool, but I'd be settling for this, and I don't want to spend thousands of dollars for something that's not exactly what I want it to be. My final project right now is in my Principles of Interactivity class, and we are coding an interactive story in the P5JS, so kind of JavaScript kind of coding language, on an open source web editor. And so it's supposed to be kind of something that has a deeper meaning than just looking at it and thinking that it's cool, they're pretty. So what my final project was going to be is there are 6 students in this class right now, and I was going to put together kind of like a click-through adventure following what they all turned in to get accepted into EMA, or in one guy's case who's not technically in EMA, just taking classes kind of his work that he's most proud of kind of thing. Um, there definitely have been challenges. There have been, right now, all the classes that are offered next semester aren't all announced and open yet, I guess, but there's more coming. The biggest challenge I think I've seen is getting professors who know what they're talking about to leave their jobs in Silicon Valley in California to come to Lincoln, Nebraska. And so that's one of the biggest challenges for me. And it's kind of impacted me. It's kind of frustrating. It's kind of we see these classes that are supposed to be um, a thing and open to us to take, and yet we don't have professors for them yet, just because they want to make sure they have the right professor to teach it. And so it's kind of frustrating, but it's ultimately when we do get a professor, it's we know they know what they're talking about. We know they're kind of well versed in what they're doing kind of thing. So it's been rocky, but it definitely has been challenging, to say the least. I think it was more challenging last semester just because we weren't expecting it. Overall, I think the only thing I guess we're missing out on due to COVID is more of the in-person kind of friends working together kind of thing, group work, and then the VR headsets. But I know we did a project where we were supposed to do a site-specific AR project, and that wasn't really halted by COVID because it was we're doing it ourselves kind of thing. So it's interesting because I feel now we're learning more about the history of things like this up and coming and what they're supposed to do versus playing with the technology itself, just because we're not supposed to. We don't have ways to clean them after kind of thing. But overall, I'd say I'm not missing out on that much. Um, I think my end goal with EMA is to be able to say that I've tried and played with a bunch of new technology, not so much be an expert in it, but I kind of know what it is, know how it operates kind of thing. And then as to what I want to do, I am not quite sure yet because one of my professors said it. A lot of jobs that people in programs like EMA are going to end up in don't exist yet. So I don't really know what I want to do. I know I want to experiment in VR and AR. I really think that stuff is cool, but as a job title, I'm not really sure yet. I'd like to design theme parks in VR, but I don't know how realistic that is.